we go. Okay, so why is Guitar Center failing? I wanted to have a little chat video with you guys here, and I want to hear what you have to think about this. But I do want to throw out one thing real quick, that this is not a bash Guitar Center moment. Like, if that's the moment you've been waiting on, this isn't it, because I, for one, have a lot of really good experiences with Guitar Center. You know, I remember the first time I went into a Guitar Center, my dad came home from going to Columbus, and he's like, next time we go down there, bub, you got to check out this guitar store called Guitar Center. It's, you know, floor to ceiling guitars. And I just remember walking in there, I'm like, whoa, like, coolest thing ever. I got my KM from a Guitar Center. I got my 550 from a Guitar Center. A lot of really good Guitar Center things, you know. I don't have a lot of bad things to say about them, but I know a lot of people have other experiences. Feel free to voice them. But again, like, it's not a bash Guitar Center, because I think if we lost Guitar Center, that would be such a shame. You know, there would be so many jobs lost. They still do sell a lot of product. They do. There's a lot of good things that come from Guitar Center too. I know people, I see comments saying that, like, they wish they'd go out of business or something like that. I'm like, man, you know, think about how many musicians, you know, Guitar Center employs. And they do teaching now and all this kind of stuff. And I just think it'd be a real shame. Now, where I think that they have really fallen behind, why they have a harder time adapting, is the new school kind of means old school. So the old school way of doing things was, obviously, they had tons of brick and mortar locations. There's a lot of Guitar Centers out there. But look at their big competitors. You know, if you go over to Europe, Germany, you've got Thomann. Now, Thomann doesn't have a lot of locations, but they are an incredibly large online presence. Anderton's, not a lot of locations, but still, I mean, think about the Anderton's YouTube channel. A lot, you know, a large footprint in the online realm. Over here in the States, Sweetwater. Again, only one location, but just massive. Just these huge companies, but they don't have all of that overhead of all of these brick and mortar locations. The one thing that all three of those guys have done so much better than Guitar Center is social media. If you look at Guitar Center's YouTube channel, for example, they have over 1 million subscribers. That's a lot. It's hard to get there. I wish I had 1 million subscribers. It's so random, and it's not consistent. You know, it's just really weird. I'm like, wow, like, here's this huge platform that you guys have. You've kind of like built, but you don't post on it regularly. It seems like there's no direction to it. And I look at their competitors. Like, I look at, you know, Sweetwater, for example. Like, they post constantly, all kinds of different stuff, from drums, guitar, you know, everything. Someone famous is in town playing there. They're doing a rig tour. They're just constant. Thomann doing the same thing. Anderton's, obviously, Anderton's is kind of like the blueprint for how to use YouTube as like this huge, you know, marketing thing. And I just look at Guitar Center, I'm like, why aren't they putting in the effort to do all that kind of stuff? Like, it seems like such an old school mentality, which is great, because like I said, I love going into Guitar Centers. I think it's cool. I love seeing all the stuff. It's so awesome. I just think that the big area that they have not conquered in the right way is online compared to their competitors. And, you know, it just seems like it's one of the missing pieces for them. So I don't know. I hope that they continue to, you know, turn things around. I think that if we lost Guitar Center, it would be a huge, huge loss. Like, I don't know. I can't agree with wanting something like that to go out of business. I understand it's a big company, big money, all that kind of stuff. But man, there's just so many people that they employ, and just think about, that's what we need. More empty buildings of businesses that have went out. Like, that's the last thing we need. So I'm curious to see what you guys think about it. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And tell me, you think that's it? You think that they haven't built a relationship? You know, like you watch Sweetwater and you see Mitch, or you watch Thomann and you see Chris or Guillaume, and you watch Anderton's and you see Lee, or you see, you know, Danish Pete. Like, I think part of it is that all these other things have these personalities to them, and they've built these connections with us, and Guitar Center is just so businessy all the times. And I think that if they had someone like that, I think that would really, really be good for them. So anyways, I also don't know much about anything. So I'm curious to see what you guys think. As always, we're gonna end it bluesy. And I'm gonna bounce on out of here. Bye, guys. Ooh, you thought I was gonna miss that note? Come on now, son.